roles in other things to do.
There will be a significant loss of income. There will be a significant loss for income for someone who's getting paid now who does nothing. There will be a significant loss for that person. Last night, at the opening night of Grinch, James Claffey, who is the president of Local 1, arrived with his father, his daughter, and his daughter's friend to witness the production. We said our cordial hellos. I have a talking and friendly relationship with him, and I jokingly said to him, I hope that the Grinch, pointing at him, does not steal Christmas. And he smiled back at me, and they didn't tell us this morning. The men came in. No one told us they were going to do that until they did that.
Out of the number of stagehands, how many of these stagehands are actually quote-unquote doing nothing?
It depends on the show. Right. Depends on the circumstance. The one thing you can't categorize is that every show is not exactly the same. They're all different. But where the circumstances are that they don't work, while other stagehands may be working, we must make those savings effective immediately.
You know,
The
and
the negotiations haven't worked so far, so is there an idea of bringing in other people to help facilitate what's going to be to move forward? Is there any plan for bringing in outside mediators or?
We're hoping that they will come back to the table. We keep telling them we want them to come back to the table, and that's what we expect to happen. Certainly the mayor's offered assistance in helping get us back together, and we're hoping that they will listen to the mayor and come back to the table.
I think the important thing you can take away from this afternoon is the fact that in every situation, we want the right to be able to assign the employees to their work and reassign them where there is no work. We're not looking to fire them or get rid of them. We want to reassign them. And the flyman is an easy example, because if there's no work for him on the fly floor, as we've all said, he'll be reassigned something on the stage deck.
We keep
we're willing to. Let me just say also, we've been willing to ameliorate some of these situations. We offer them. I mean, you know that raises are 2%, 2.5%, 3%, 3.5%, whatever they are in this country. We offer them a 10% raise in their salary for the load-in, if they would allow us to make some sensible rules that didn't have so many extra guys having to be hired.
And 12% to some of the lesser people.
And 12% to some of the lesser people. We said for the guys who we need, who are going to work, we're willing to give you a gigantic to say, would anybody disagree that it's not hundreds of thousands of dollars a year per show is wasted on these kinds of payments?
Easily.
By the way, they rejected that proposal that Richard just characterized. They
Yes.
rejected that idea.
They told us to take a hike.
We also look to the media to explain to the world how important it is for people to understand that when you work, you get paid, and when you don't work, you don't get paid.
Yes.
Two brief questions. Do you have an exact number of the seats of those 29 theaters that are being closed right now? How many seats are not being filled up right
Somebody
now?
can give me
And the second
Don't have that, we'll get it for you.
Is it 29
the
theaters or
The
32?
second question is, I'm from Europe, so I don't know how it works here.
I think it's
How
27,
hard
but we'll
is it
get that for you
just
also.
to hire other stagehands who are not with the union and just keep the theaters open?
We're not talking
We're
about
not.
that.
We wouldn't do that.
Yes.
We wouldn't do that. No,
Because
We're not
we
talking
believe
about
in
that.
unionism.
Right.
We do believe in unions.
We believe in good, strong
We believe
unions.
in unions. We believe in the men and women that are working for us. We don't want them not working for us. We want them.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Would you speak up?
How many shows are closed?
There,
27, I think, isn't it?
31.
Out of
31.
31 are
8
closed?
are open, 31 are closed.
Right. And let me, I want to give you that.
One at a time, please.
We have posted information about what shows are open, what shows are not open, how you get information on exchanges and refunds on our website, www.ilovenytheater.com. There's also a telephone number that, for someone that doesn't use the internet, to get information about that. And that keeps up on, live at all times, the shows that are open and the shows that are not. The answer is, Tom Short knows we want to come back to the table. We offered Friday to come back to the table. We will come back to the table. That's really what the message we want to deliver.
And he's issued a statement saying that after he left, then the producers took a very aggressive posture and started to try to renegotiate.
That
Again,
is,
and that annoyed him.
I want to answer that one. That is absolutely not true. The conversations were the same after he left as they were before he left. We continued to offer ways to try to come to an agreement. We had a lot of things we were talking about. We talked about them before Tom Short left, and we talked about them after he left.
Can I add to that, please?
Of course.
When we put our last offer on the table, we said everything we put on the table was negotiable. Every item. There were 7 items. The response we got was, we're not coming back.
From Tom Short, you got that
No,
response?
from Local 1.
So realistically speaking, do you see this ending anytime soon, based on what you saw today?
As we've never had a strike with Local 1, we don't know the answer to that. I have to believe that there will be pressure from the men to come back to work, and we are ready to negotiate. We're sending that message as loud and clear as we could send it.
How long is the league prepared to weather this storm?
Whatever it takes.
As long as it takes.
We want a fair contract. We need a fair contract.
How big is your war chest?
$32.
No, seriously,
Plus
how
$1.25.
big can you endure?